All right. So this is just a short presentation to kind of give an overview about the kinds of services and programs that UM-Dearborn's CAPS offers. So counseling and psychological services is our mental health services on campus. So we're just going to, again, just give a brief overview on the kinds of things that we do. I am B. I'm a senior here at UM-Dearborn, and if Leah, you want to introduce yourself too.
Yep. Hi, I'm Alia, and I'm a health and human services major and also a peer educator.
Leah, let's get started.
So just to get the basics out of the way, CAPS is on the second floor of the University Center, and their operating hours are from 8 to 5 p.m. And they are best reached by email, but they're also accessible through phone. And if you happen to call the line after hours, you're going to get the after hours crisis line that you have access to as a student.
CAPS offers a variety of services. First and foremost, all these services are free. They are covered with your tuition, so you have full access to any of these services as a student here. So it is free and confidential. They offer individual one-on-one counseling and therapy. They offer group therapy and also offer couples therapy. And you will be able to receive couples therapy as long as one person in the couple is a student at UM-Dearborn. So if you have, two-person couple, you want some couples therapy, but one of you isn't a student, but the other of you is a student, that's perfectly okay. Both of you will be able to receive couples therapy. We also do workshops and educational activities, outreach. If you've seen those tables in the UC with doing the activities, making slime, making bracelets, this and that, that's CAPS, that's peer educators. We also do crisis intervention for anyone on campus, just the community as a whole. And we also provide consultation to faculty, parents, and university community in terms of student well-being. So this is direct services that you can receive and also just programming that you can pass by on campus.
Yeah. So you may be thinking, why go to CAPS? Like, what reasons could bring you there? And it could be really big reasons, and they could be reasons that maybe you think are a little bit smaller. So some of that could be academic performance problems. Maybe you get a lot of test anxiety. You could go to CAPS. Stress management, motivation, self-esteem, anxiety, depression, relationship concerns, just general like loss and adjustment to life changes. So transitioning to being a new student, for example, that's something CAPS can help you deal with. So again, nothing is too small to kind of deal with, especially if you want to tackle that. So that is definitely something to keep in mind.
Absolutely. You do not have to be at a crisis point to receive help from CAPS ever. So just kind of a makeup of our CAPS staff. We have our director, Sarah Bizek, who is a psychologist. We have 5 full-time clinicians, which is a mixture of, licensed psychologists, social workers who provide the counseling, who assist in a lot of the programming, things like that. And there are a mix of doctoral and master level trainees who can also offer counseling. But if you would prefer, counseling with, I want someone who's been doing it for years and years, I'm not comfortable with the trainee, you will not be matched with a trainee. It is more something that is offered to give them training. You do not have to accept it. It is all it's all very clear and open. Who has what degree, I guess. And CAPS has a staff page on the UM-Dearborn website you can always check out. There's pictures, little bios, more information about they're all very kind, wonderful people. Me and Alia have worked with them for years at this point. They're all great, super, super amazing people.
Yeah, so maybe you're wondering, okay, I want to go to CAPS, but how do I even do that? So you can email, come in, you can call, and they will refer you to fill out a assessment of just kind of like general things that they need to know before you receive services from CAPS. So, and then you'll fill this out, and then you can have a first session. So all first sessions are remote. However, at CAPS, there are rooms that are available to you that are confidential. So if you don't have a space on campus or at home where you feel like it's private enough to have these sessions. And then all sessions after that can be a remote or in person. So CAPS is still kind of working on the hybrid model of kind of how you need it. That's how you're going to get it. It can be remote or in person.
So just a little extra, just kind of going more over it. So CAPS specifically model is short-term solution focused, meaning they're kind of trying to help you in the now, trying to help you give you the tools to help yourself, because we're not going to be in college forever. And, once you're not a student, you can't go to our CAPS. So more trying to give you the tools to help yourself as you move forward. CAPS is also has other resources available if you are not a student, but you need some counseling. There's also that information on the website as well, where you can find, counselors in the area. There is no session limit. So you can meet with CAPS once a month. You can meet with them once a week, as often as you need to, as many times as you need. It is kind of by a case-by-case basis, based on what you need as the student. So as we said, we offer individual counseling, group therapy. There are workshops you can join either in person or virtually. We have self-help tools that you can come into the CAPS office and learn about. Again, also stuff on the website, case manages, and any combination of that. So all of that is very important, and especially those self-help tools. Our CAPS website is like really up to date. I think our director said that it is updated with new information and new tools like every 2 weeks. Like that is someone's job to make sure that those resources are up to date and available. So you'll always have the most recent, like the best help that CAPS can give to you.
And also along going with that, there's the mental health and wellness peer educators. So they are students who have been trained by CAPS in a lot of different mental health kind of aspects. And you've probably seen them before. Every like Wednesday and Thursday this semester, they've been out in the UC. And also that we have Mental Health Mondays workshops, which are held virtually. And there's also different types of programming held throughout the semester and school year that you might see someone who is from the peer educator program.
Yes, that's us. We are the peer educators. And speaking of the Mental Health Mondays real fast, you can always find every Mental Health Monday we've ever done on the UM-Dearborn YouTube channel. So those are always up there, and there's been some fun topics as of late. So definitely check those out. Some additional CAPS resources. There's this really interesting, I guess, program website called Silver Cloud, where it's this kind of self-led program almost. You kind of take quizzes to kind of see where you're at mentally, what resources would be best for you. And then given that information, it kind of tailors a program to you to do exercises yourself, things like that. And it's very helpful. They have a little place, a journal there that is additional to that, so you can have like a little place to write down your thoughts, your feelings, etc. We mentioned the resource page is on the CAPS website. Every resource that CAPS has available for virtually is on the page, as well as that referral database that we saw in case you don't have access to CAPS. We have psychiatrists and psychological assessments for CAPS clients or disability and accessibility services referrals. So you can actually get psychologically assessed and work with psychiatrists at CAPS. So this is like the real deal. This is not just like a middle school counselor's office. You know what I mean? You can get real helpful, actually life-changing resources here.
So as we kind of are looking at what's going on our campus, so we have Healthy Minds data from 2017 to 2021, and also some data from CAPS itself. And what's been kind of reported pretty regularly is that our students need the help. And through 2020 and 2021, as you can see in the numbers on the left, over 70% of students have felt little pleasure in doing things, felt down, felt tired, or had little energy, or felt nervous. And that's a lot of students that responded to this. You also see, again, on the right, 2020 and 2021, a lot of numbers like relating to mental health issues and, just not being the best selves that they can be. And CAPS can help with that.
Absolutely. And you can see on this kind of right graphic here, it says that in 2020 to 2021, 22% of people who answered the survey have received mental health therapy in the past year, when there's 77% of people who say they have a current need for therapy. And when you think about how many people attend U of M-Dearborn, that's so many people who need help. That's like 50% of people who need help and aren't getting it. So that's why we're making this presentation, so you know what kind of things CAPS offers, so you can take advantage of that. And just some more statistics, especially related to that Healthy Minds data. When doing screenings, we saw, again, like a staggering percentage of people who screened positively for major depression overall, anxiety disorder, eating disorder. You see our latest statistics here, 22% for major depression, 42% for depression overall, 34% of anxiety disorder. And the numbers on the right, especially for academic impairment due to mental health, in 2020-21, you see it went up a good 5%, probably a lot due to the pandemic. But that shows just the incredible need for mental health services at U of M-Dearborn, especially these last couple of years.
Now, something interesting to notice is that in these surveys, when asked about personal stigmas about mental health and their beliefs that other people hold about mental health, you see that a lot of people don't have a lot of stigma about receiving mental health help. 2021, 7% of students. However, almost half of the students that were surveyed said they think that other people in the public have stigma and would judge them about receiving help. However, as you can see, that's not the case. A lot of people don't have a stigma about it, but they fear that other people would have that opinion about them if they received help. So keep that in mind when you're talking to friends about the resources on campus. Keep that in mind when you're receiving those resources on campus.
Definitely. So what can you do to help others? But the first thing you want to focus on is taking care of yourself. You know that old adage about the oxygen bags going off on the plane. Put yours on first before you help other people. Always try to put yourself first. It's never selfish to take care of yourself. Don't feel obligated to talk them off the wall. That kind of means, like, if you are in a bad place and someone you know is in a bad place, you are probably not in the position to help them. More often than not, they need professional help. And thankfully, CAPS is professional help. So directing students to the CAPS office, to the CAPS website, completing a care report. Maybe if you are afraid to talk to that student directly, but you think they may need some help, you can complete a care report here and have someone, professional, reach out to them and offer them resources separately. Just having compassion and empathy for people, staying humble and validating people's experiences, because we are all going through something, right? But again, don't feel obligated to help. You are a student, you have your own life, you have your own troubles. And again, you are not a professional. So the best thing to do is to direct them to a professional with that compassion and with that empathy. That is really, really important.
And so again, what can you do to help yourself? You can seek CAPS support. You can attend the events and workshops that CAPS and the peer educators are doing, or you can seek therapy there. And there's little stuff you can do every day. Exercise, that could be as much as taking the stairs as instead of taking the elevator to your class. Really allow yourself to have fun and experience laughter and joy with those that you care about. Try to eat healthy when you can, if you have the choice and the option to do so. and try to sleep. I know that's something that's really hard as students to do, is trying to get enough sleep or get good sleep, but it's actually really beneficial to your overall health. And have a wind down routine. Find ways to relax and find ways to have healthy social skills and boundaries with those that you're like talking with and involved with. And create separation between maybe your school life and your fun life, your social life. So you do have that distinction and you can reduce that feeling of being overwhelmed. And trying to focus on what you can control. You can control to some degree when you're sleeping and when you choose to study. Try to focus on the things that you can do, and sometimes things are out of your hands.
Absolutely. And if you are like, well, how do I do any of that? Fun thing, a lot of the videos that CAPS provides on the UM-Dearborn YouTube page revolves around sleeping, relaxing, creating those routines, having healthy boundaries and interpersonal skills. So you aren't just being thrown into it by yourself with no information. CAPS has resources on all of this stuff to help you kind of get started. And that's it. Again, short presentation. If you have any questions or you want to know more about events, you want to know more about this or that, shoot an email to umdearborncaps@umich.edu. They respond pretty quickly. Always got someone checking the emails. So reach out if you need it, or if you feel that someone you know needs it. CAPS is here for you.
Have a nice day, guys.